Pass the test. Learn fast, pass confident.
Hey everyone, welcome. If you're getting ready for your U.S. naturalization interview, then you have landed in the perfect spot. Seriously, today we're going to pull back the curtain on this final, super important step on your path to citizenship. We're going to break down everything you need to know so you can walk into that room feeling completely confident.
So let's just start with a really direct question, okay? Are you actually ready for what is, no joke, probably the most important interview of your entire life? Because this isn't just about, answering a few questions. It's a whole lot more than that. It's your chance to show you're ready and committed to becoming a U.S. citizen. Yeah, the stakes are high for sure. But trust me, with the right prep, you're going to walk in there feeling great.
And listen, there's a real reason to get serious about this right now. The current USCIS director, Joseph B. Edlow, has basically gone on record saying he thinks the test is, well, too easy. He said it's just memorizing answers. So what does that mean for you? It means big changes could be coming down the pike, making the test a lot harder. That's why preparing thoroughly right now is more crucial than ever.
All right, so what is this interview, really? Think of it as the final boss battle in your citizenship journey. It's a formal sit-down with a USCIS officer, and they've got two main goals. Check everything on your application and test what you know about the U.S.
So yeah, it's pretty comprehensive. The officer is going to go through your N-400 application with a fine-tooth comb. They're going to test your English, quiz you on U.S. civics, and just, confirm you're eligible. And get this, if everything goes perfectly, you might even take the oath of allegiance right then and there. Imagine walking out a U.S. citizen. It can happen.
Okay, success on the big day starts way before you even walk out your front door. So let's get into the nitty-gritty, your pre-interview checklist. This is what you need to do to make sure you're ready to go. All right, I've got 3 golden rules for a smooth start. Number 1, get your documents organized. Seriously, you don't want to be that person fumbling through a giant mess of papers. Number 2, plan your arrival. Being late is an absolute no-go. Plan to be there at least 30 minutes early. And number 3, dress for success. This is a big deal, a formal government meeting. Think business casual. It just shows you respect the whole process.
Now, for the documents. Look, it is way better to be over-prepared than under-prepared. You absolutely have to bring your appointment notice. That's Form I-790C, your green card, of course, a state ID like a driver's license, and all your passports, even the expired ones. Plus, bring the originals of everything you submitted with your N-400. Oh, and don't forget your tax transcripts. Trust me, having all this stuff in a neat folder, it tells the officer you mean business.
All right, so you've done all your prep, you're there on time, and they call your name. What's next? Let's walk through those first few moments. We actually did a whole mock interview right here on Pass the Test, so I'm going to pull from that to paint you a really clear picture. So the very first thing that happens when you walk into that room, they put you under oath. You'll raise your right hand and promise to tell the truth. This is it. This is the moment it all gets very real and sets a serious, formal tone for everything that follows. Once you've taken the oath, the officer is going to pull out your N-400 application and start going through it with you pretty much line by line. They'll ask about your name, your address, where you've worked, any travel you've done, your marital status, all of it. What they're doing is simple. They're checking if the answers you give now match what you wrote down. It's all about consistency and honesty. Okay, now for the big one. The part that I know worries a lot of you, the English and civics tests. But look, let me just say this right now. If you prepare, this is totally 100% manageable. You can do this.
So let's just look at how simple the scoring really is. For civics, they're going to ask you up to 10 questions from that official list of 100. You just need to get 6 correct. That's it, 6 out of 10. And the English part? Even easier. You get 3 chances to read a sentence correctly, and you only need to get 1. Same for writing. Write 1 sentence correctly out of 3 tries. See? Not so bad.
So what does a civics question look like? Well, they might ask you, what is the supreme law of the land? And the answer is simple, short, and sweet. The Constitution. The questions are direct, and your answers should be too. And for the English test, it's just as straightforward. The officer will have a tablet, they'll show you a sentence and say, please read this. Then they'll say a sentence out loud and ask you to write it down. Something like, Congress meets in Washington, D.C. They're not trying to trick you with complicated grammar. They're just checking for basic reading and writing skills. All right, knowing what to do is great, but honestly, knowing what not to do is just as important. Let's talk about some of the most common pitfalls,
The simple mistakes that people make all the time that can really cause problems.
Okay, rule number 1, and this is non-negotiable. Be honest. Do not lie, do not guess. Even something that seems small, like a traffic ticket you forgot about, can blow up into a huge issue if they find out you weren't truthful. If you genuinely don't remember something like an exact date, it is a million times better to just say, I don't recall, than to make something up on the spot.
Now here's a pro tip, and it might sound a little strange at first. Say less. I know, when you're nervous, the first instinct is to talk and over-explain. You've got to fight that urge. Just answer the question they asked, and that's it. If you start volunteering extra info, you might accidentally open a whole new can of worms you didn't want to deal with.
And last but not least, you have to stay calm. The officer's job is to poke and prod a little. They might ask questions that feel really personal, or maybe they'll ask the same thing twice. Whatever you do, don't get defensive. Don't argue. Remember, they're not just listening to your answers, they're watching how you react. So stay cool, be polite, be respectful, no matter what.
All right, as we start to wrap this up, I just want to leave you with a couple of key things to hold on to. This interview, this is your moment. It's your time to shine and show that you are absolutely ready for everything that comes with being a U.S. citizen.
And just remember what this is. It's an official U.S. government proceeding. It's not just a chat over coffee, right? There are rules, there are procedures, and the whole thing is very structured. Your preparation and your attitude need to match that level of seriousness.
So let's just boil it all down to the absolute keys to success. Number 1, prepare like crazy. Review that application, study for those tests. 2, be organized. Have all your documents ready to go. 3, be honest and direct. No guessing. 4, stay calm and respectful. That's it. That is your recipe for walking out of there with a win.
I really want you to leave with this thought. The journey to get to this interview, man, it's long, it's tough. You have worked so hard to make it to this point. You've already come so far. Now is the time to finish strong. Just remember, this interview, it's not just about what you know. It's your chance to show them who you are. From all of us here at Pass the Test, we're rooting for you. Good luck.
Pass the test. Learn fast, pass confident.